Hi guys, great interaction on the page last night after that video that I put up. Sometimes these videos go in ways that I don't plan them, they just happen. So this is the 30-day challenge of 30 things that you don't know about me. See the way I still can't say that, it's not rolling off my tongue. I don't know what that is. So a lovely guy by the name of Sean Purcell last night asked me a question. Do you believe that everyone has a hidden talent and a hidden purpose to be here? Yeah, I do. I absolutely believe that. I am in the very fortunate position that I am living proof of my purpose. The job that I do is what I always visualized for myself. However, I wasn't sure how I was going to make it happen. I read a book years ago by a guy by the name of Gary Zukav. He wrote a book called The Seat of Your Soul. And he talks about when your personality meets your life's purpose, that's when you invent your dream job, which is to help people empower themselves and to be better versions of who they are. And I love doing that job, and I love doing it every day. And I love doing it with kids, and I love doing it with adults, and I love doing it with businesses. If you want to grow your business, you have to grow your people. All businesses, no matter how big or how small, are about the individuals that work in that business. Look, I'm getting sidetracked again now. I'm going to go back to the question. Back to the question, Nicola. So, do I believe that everyone has a hidden talent and a hidden purpose? And it's so funny that I really liked that question that guy asked me last night. And I said, I actually said it to him. I really liked that question. And I knew I was going to answer it today. And I was going through I have millions and millions and millions of old diaries. And I was flicking through an old notepad that I had from a good few years ago. And you might have heard me speaking about a guy called Steve Harvey. He is an amazing American guy. He's had a load of different careers. He used to be a stand-up comedian. Not too sure if he's still doing that. He has his own radio show. He's been on Oprah Winfrey's Life Class, I think, a couple of times. Oprah Prime, maybe. You know, he's a very, very, very together man. Very spiritual. Easy to learn from him. Describes stories really well. And I really like this guy. So as I was going through my notes this morning, I actually came across something that was in direct correlation to the question that Sean had asked. So Steve Harvey said, this is a direct quote from Steve Harvey. Your career is what you paid for. Your calling is what you're made for. And I can hear him actually in his accent saying it, you know, it's really cool, dude. Your calling is tied directly to your gift. Your talent will allow you to have a wonderful career, but this is not your gift. So, to add on from that, you know, people who have callings, to me, what I do is a calling. I know that that's my calling. I always knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And the job found me. I didn't find the job. The job invented me, really. But people like, you know, like nurses that work in hospices. That's a calling. You know, there's not everybody who can do that job, but they do that job and they do that job immensely. And there's a girl that I know who lives locally here, and she is, I can't recall the title that she has now, but she deals with people who are just coming to the end of their life, and she guides them through the end of their life. She is an angel. That lady doesn't touch the ground when she walks. Even the way she speaks is very calming, and that's her calling. And she has absolutely found the job that she is supposed to be doing. Did you ever come across people in the service industry, in hotels or whatever, where it's like they're floating? All these people just seem like they're floating, and nothing is ever too much trouble. And no matter how big or how small the establishment is, they always just make you feel so welcome and like you are the most important client or customer in the room at the time. Those people have a calling to be able to deal with people like that. People who deal with kids, I believe, sometimes have a calling. You know, people who have the patience to deal with a lot of children consistently for an extended period of time, I think they have a calling. And then people who deal with people in addictions, you know, I think they have a calling too. I'd be interested actually to know from you guys what you believe callings actually are, because everybody has a different version of it. But if you're somebody who is trying to find a purpose and find out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and you're frustrated, because I was frustrated for a long time. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but my vision, as Alanya Van Zant said, my vision pulled me through, and it did. You have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you won't get there. Dr. Phil, I haven't watched Dr. Phil for a long time, but years ago when I was on maternity leave, I was watching Dr. Phil one day, and I remember him saying, somebody was on saying about their life purpose, or they didn't know what their life purpose was, or they were really bored in their job, and and complaining and whinging and moaning about it and not taking any action. And I remember him saying, absolutely you need to pay the bills, and absolutely you need to go to that full-time job to provide your life and your house and your food and, you know, for your children and everything else, and for you to be in the world. But that's not an excuse to not find out what your purpose is. Your full-time job is your full-time job. But after that, your part-time job is research and investment in you to find out what it is you should be doing. And that stuck with me forever. I will never forget it. I didn't even have to write that down because it was so important to me that I remembered it. So I hope, Sean, that answers your question. Hi, Laura. See you tomorrow, honey. Emma, delighted to catch you live. You're very welcome, Emma. If this is your first live stream and it's live, I'm delighted. So listen, lads, I'm really enjoying the questions. I'm not looking forward to the 30 days coming to an end, because I'm really, really enjoying this challenge. So keep the questions coming and pop them in underneath, and I'll answer some again tomorrow. Take care. Slán.